Hey everybody, Harry Newhand here. Monday, November 22nd. This is the week of Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. And I wanted to welcome you to my call here today. Talk about recruiting. Recruiting is one of the key components, obviously, of network marketing. It's one of the things that I got into network marketing for was so that I could recruit an organization and teach them what to do and earn residual income off of that organization. I grew up in the franchising industry, so I knew about the power of having multiple locations. In this way, by recruiting, you can have multiple locations, except you don't have to have the overhead. You don't have to worry about inventory, and you don't have to worry about employees, and you can continue to build, and they can earn. And I didn't have to pay them; the money came from the company. So that was exciting to me. It should be exciting to you too. And what I found is there's a lot of different mechanisms out there on how to recruit and what to recruit and so forth. But I felt they fell into two categories, and I wrote them here on the board. Go right here to the board. Hopefully you can see this. Hopefully it's not backwards. But recruiting to retail, and then retailing to recruit. And that came. I learned that because when I tried to recruit people and I wasn't earning any money myself, it was all about testimonials. They say, well, I see all these stories. And how much money have you made? Or I went to my family and my friends. This week we got Thanksgiving, and many of you are going to be with your family. Many of you are going to be with your friends. It's a great opportunity to talk business, even though they say don't talk business. It ends up coming up anyway. Somebody's going to be saying, hey, what do you do? How's that business you're doing? How's that pyramid scheme you're doing going? And recruiting is in my opinion, should come from a position of strength. You should not shy back from it at all. If you're going to talk about recruiting, if you're going to recruit recruit to retail, you're going to recruit people to build your business, then again, you want to have a structure in place. Having a structured process of what to say and how you're going to say it, in my opinion, is critical. It's a critical thing because your prospect or the person you're talking to, whether it's family or friend, doesn't matter. They feed off of your confidence level. And if you shy back because they're negative, they feed off of that. And you know what I'm talking about because it's probably happened to you before. They feed off of that and they continue to throw those poison darts at you, those arrows in the tongue. So what I want to encourage you to do is have a structured process in place so you know what to do. So what do I mean by that? Two ways. One, obviously, is the presentation itself. They say, what are you doing? Or are you still doing that thing? Or you're talking to somebody interested in earning some extra money. If you're going to recruit, you want to, okay, what do I do next? How do I go about making that money? What do I got to do? So do you have a structured process in place on how to take that person to the next step? So here's what I found is if you recruit somebody, and you'll probably notice as you look back into that revolving door that you've had with all the people that you've recruited in the past, if you recruit somebody, it's very important that you have a process where they can earn money, they can earn income in the first 24 to 48 hours. If you can't prove the process in the first 48 hours, there's a high likelihood that you're going to lose them. High likely. And that's where the revolving door keeps taking place. If they stick around, they get off to a slow start. And it's a slower start and a slower start. And then eventually they don't know how to recruit because they don't, monkey see, monkey do. They're going to do the same thing you did. So it's very important to have that structured process. And as we go through this training here, not just today, but over the next few days and next weeks to come, we'll go through the process of what to do with that person, how to get them to earn money. So I want you to start thinking in that process. What's your process of getting them to earn money? What's your process of getting them into action? Because it's important to get into action. You don't have to wait for the application process. You don't have to wait for the replicating website. You can get them into action immediately. All that other stuff can happen on the side, but you can get them into action immediately, and you should. If you don't have a structured process on getting them into action where they can make money right away, then I wouldn't recruit them. Instead, I would recruit through retailing. I would retail them the product. I would pitch product, and sell them as a customer. Sell them as a customer, get them satisfied with the product, and then recruit them around the backside through the follow-up. So you could do both. Again, you still want to have a structure. You still want to be confident. You still want to have a script that you're going to say to them. But it's important you have both of these. How to recruit somebody through retailing the product, through follow-up, and through satisfied clientele, satisfied customers. No matter what your product is, get a satisfied customer. It's easier to recruit them. Or recruiting, retailing through recruiting. So you recruit them as a distributor, as an associate, as a team member, and then if they are going to fall off, you lock them into the products. So, oh, by the way, you're not interested in the business, you might as well become a customer and get a discount on the products. So there's both ways to do that, and there's strategies to both. But if you want a doer, you want to recruit a doer, you want to recruit somebody that's going to build the business, be as excited as you, it's important that they make money in the first 24 to 48 hours. 24 is better. And if you don't have a process, a structured process on how to make that happen, stick around. You should get one, but if you don't, stick around. And over the next, like I said, next several sessions, we will show you how to get that process in place to build your confidence. Otherwise, again, 6 months down the road, you got a half a dozen distributors and reps, or maybe a dozen, or maybe even 20 reps that are avoiding your calls. They're not plugging into the support system. They're not making any money. And they are not wanting to communicate with you. And there's no duplication in place. So I can show you, and I will show you, how the duplication process works. But it's important that you know, and you should have a structured process in place. And here's why. Here's a little validation on that. You look at professional sports. I'm a football fan. I like football. I personally like professional football over college football. It's not that I don't like college football, it's just I pay more attention to professional football. And I look over the history of the dynasties. And when I was growing up, it was the San Francisco 49ers. And it was Bill Parcells when he was with the Giants, and then Bill Parcells actually a couple times with the Giants, and then when he went to the Jets, and then on to New England. And then who else? Dallas, when Jimmy Johnson was with Dallas, and he had the three Super Bowl championships there, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Steel Curtain, when they won 4 Super Bowls with Terry Bradshaw, and then of course with New England Patriots when they won 6 with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. So you look at their system. How is it that guys like this, and you look at the Patriots today, they're first place in their division. They are closing in on the top in the league there in the AFC, and you look at it and you realize that you got a team like Detroit who's never even been to the Super Bowl. And I think they've only won one playoff game in the last 50 years. And why it could be so different? And the New England Patriots aren't even 50 years old, and they've won 6. How is it? And they go to the playoffs. They've been to 10 or 9, and no, they've been to 10, and they won 6. So how is that? What's the difference? Well, the difference is Belichick and Joe Walsh and Jimmy Johnson and Bill Parcells, they had a structured process, and they never gave up on the process. They didn't quit. They stuck to the process no matter what, even if they had a losing season. With Jimmy Johnson, when he first took over the Dallas Cowboys, I think they only won 1 game. By the time he retired, they won a Super Bowl. And the next year, they won actually, he won 2 Super Bowls. The next year, they won another Super Bowl after he retired, but it was based on what he had already built. So it was the structured process that he never gave up on. And Bill Belichick never gave up on it. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go through the playoffs, at least to the playoffs, and if not through the playoffs this year again, because he's got a structured process that works. Even though they didn't make it last year, he didn't give up on the process. And so it's important you recruit the same way. It's important that you stick to your guns no matter what happens. If you get somebody that you recruited that they don't want to follow the plan that you put in place, don't give up on the process. Don't acquiesce to somebody new that's going to decide whether they want to follow you or not. You decide if you're going to work with them, based on whether they want to follow the process. Your goal is to have a structured process in place where you can show them how to make money in the first 24 to 48 hours. If they're not willing to follow that process, maybe it's best not to recruit them. So come from a position of strength, come from a position of confidence, as long as you have that structured process in place. Do you have, if you don't, let's get one. Let's get a structured process for you on how to recruit, who you should recruit, and creating an environment where you can get them into action, and then we show you how to duplicate. Duplication can happen fast. I can show you on the whiteboard here, and I will, again, over the next process here, how to recruit an organization, 15 to 30 people in the first 30 days under one person, under your brand new recruit. Now you do that, you'll lock in that top guy. You'll lock him in because now he's got a group. Now he's earning money. Where's he going to go? He's not going to go anywhere but up. He's going to learn everything he needs to know. But at first, he doesn't need to learn anything. He needs to do what the structured process calls him to do. And that's what you need to have. If you don't have one, you may not be ready to start recruiting at that level. And that's okay. Let's talk about retailing. Let's get some customers. Let's get some clients. Let's get some satisfied people in the products, in the system, on the services that you're offering or selling. And then we can recruit them through follow-up. We can do both ways. If you want to go faster, it's recruiting, and that's how you build a very solid organization, as long as you teach them how to make money right away. Okay? Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, send them through. As you can see, we're we're adjusting the trajectory and getting more content, more relevant, more practical stuff for you guys to go out there and build a successful organization. All right, everybody, have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving once again. And if I don't talk to you, and if I get the excitement and urge to come on here again tomorrow or the next day, I will. We'll go to the next step. And you'll know it because I'll be live. Have a great day. Bye-bye.